Ara Ara.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Ara Ara Channel, and today we're recording the last episode for this season. Amy, we're done with season 3.
Yeah. Somehow that was fast and not so fast at the same time.
Yeah, because we missed a few episodes, I know, but I don't know. Let's see. Maybe next time we will do a longer season. Who knows? Because at the max that we can do every season is just like 10 to 12 episodes. But anyway, since this is the last episode for the season, you might want to join our Discord server while we are waiting for the next season, which we will announce very soon. So, before anything else, how are you, Amy?
Good. Just to update everyone. So we premiered our film, and I don't know if I've disclosed this before, but I was the lead actress on the film. So I wrote it, was one of the editors, and was also the lead actress. So
One of the editors for a
We were like-
team.
Yeah, we were like four people. So there was Nico, the intern, because like we were all assigned one intern because they felt like they could learn from us.
Yeah.
No, but the intern said they learned a lot. Okay, so and then the third was a friend of ours from back in uni. So she was like the makeup artist and hairstylist as well. So yeah, we were a 4-man team, and we ended up getting nominated for Best Director, Best Actress, and Best Film. So that's what happened. And then last week, so I did like a student film 8 years ago, like we all did. That has
Mine is 9 years ago.
This was 9 years ago. So it was never really released to the
9
public.
years ago?
Yeah, it's almost a decade. So we're old, but we'll get more into that later. But yeah, like we've never really released it. So it's a film that I co-directed, co-edited, co-wrote with my best friend in uni. And yeah, we've never really released it, never joined into any festivals or anything like that. So last week was the first time I released it at this community here called Film Society Dubai. That's pretty much it. Updates on my end. How is everything on your end, Vivz?
The most recent news that I have is that 2 days ago, I went to the embassy to submit my paperwork. I don't want to jinx it. Please, Lord, please give me the approval. But your girl is going to Japan.
Yeah!
The dream country of all weebs. That's the Holy Land. The Holy Land. I'm going to the Holy Land. But anyway, so yeah. It was a very quick process, by the way. Like, I just had to submit my paperwork. The only time that I had to wait was actually to get an appointment, because I think early this year they announced that e-visas will be available, or I think last year e-visas for UAE residents will be available, but apparently it was taken down a few months back because it's under maintenance. So you have to manually submit emails to get appointments, then go to the embassy and submit your paperwork. So that's the longest time. I think I had to submit at least 2 weeks worth of email just to secure an appointment.
Really?
Yeah. And I used a lot of emails. I had scheduled a lot of emails to be sent on a daily basis just to secure an appointment. And when I did, I was like, oh, okay, now I have to print everything. I have to prepare all of my stuff. Although it was already prepared, it's just I need to print it, collect and everything. Because like when I was checking Reddit, it's really hard to secure an appointment nowadays. Japan is having this over-tourism problem because like there's so much tourist in the past few months. They're trying to control it whatsoever. But yeah, so I got my appointment 2 days ago. I went there. Process was very quick. It's like just maximum 15 minutes. I'm done. So I was just like in the queue, and then I had to submit my paperwork. The immigration officer only asked me one question. Would you like to apply for a multiple visa entry? I was like, if it's possible, then why not? So she okay. Then she wrote multiple requests for visa, whatever. So yeah, that's it. And then
Is it the same price for a single and multiple?
by the way, there's no cost if you're a Philippine passport holder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's no cost. The good thing about applying for multiple entry is that even if you're not qualified for it, they will still give you the next option, which is like a single entry. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Like being given a multiple visa entry is like gonna be a bonus. But if not, I'm okay with single visa. I don't mind applying again.
Yeah.
I will like that's it. Yeah, I'm just excited for that. And I remember there was a time that I asked you, like, have you ever been to Japan? Because I saw you've been to Korea, you've been to US.
I've gone to many places.
Yeah, I mean, the perks. That was the perks of being
The perks.
in, Emirates. So yeah. Now speaking of, I'm just excited for Japan, and I wanted to try a lot of food there. Obviously, this morning I went to this Korean Japanese grocery store near my place, and I bought some anime drinks. Look at this.
Ayo, Zoro!
Zoro! And I
And-
also
and?
got Chopper.
Oh, baby Chopper! My
Actually, there's a lot of
Choppy.
drinks in that, or like anime drinks in that store. It's just that when I was checking the flavors, some of them look like, well, this tastes nice. Like ginger, honey, whatever. I was like, because like they have Sailor Moon, they have One Piece, they have Attack on Titan, they have Naruto. So they have a lot
Yeah.
of drinks available there. So I was like, let me try this because this one sounded a bit normal. So for
Mhm.
Zoro, it's honey lemon flavor, sparkling water, and then for Chopper, it's cranberry flavor. And then I
Aw.
remember Nami's.
It should have been
is-
cotton candy.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, fine. Chopper is raspberry, and he's wearing his one arc outfit here. So cute.
Oh.
I saw Nami's. Her flavor is like mango, sparkling water, mango something.
Okay.
And then Sanji was tropical storm. Yeah, and then what else? I wanted to try the Attack on Titan once, but the flavor of Levi and who's this? Eren, it sounded a bit funky. So I was like, I don't have the stomach for weird taste right now. So let me just try these ones. So I will try them while we are in the podcast, so to give you a
100%. Go
live
for it.
give you a live reaction of how it tastes like. And maybe in the future we can do an episode of us just trying these anime flavored drinks just for the heck of it.
Yeah,
So,
not many people can say they've tried Zoro.
Girl, not Chopper. Why? Why did you have to
That's
do
why I
it
said
like that? I mean, that sounds wrong in so many levels.
I said Zoro.
Let me try Zoro now then. Let me try. I will try a lot of drinks and anime flavored whatever in Japan. I swear to God. Let's
Yeah.
try it. It smells nice, actually.
So, it's like water, right? You said it was water. It was like sparkling water or
Sparkling
something.
water. It's actually nice. Yeah, it's honey lemon flavored, so it's really nice. You can mix it with something. Not gonna say what it is, but I mean, you
Is
can.
it comparable to something? Like, does it taste like, I don't
Imagine Sprite, I guess, but with
know.
honey,
Okay.
and it's less carbonated, like less.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So something like that. So yeah, it's quite nice. So
So where are you in One Piece now?
good question. I'm in Wano arc now. Girl,
Ooh.
started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Yeah, no, I'm almost done with Wano. I'm almost
Yeah.
done.
Which
Where are you
part
at?
am
Where are you
I?
at?
Big Mom forgot
Okay.
her memories, and then she.
Oh, she's Lin Lin.
Yeah, si
Olin.
Olin.
She's Olin.
Olin,
Yeah. Olin,
And then
yeah.
she remembered who she was. Yeah, I think that's the major thing that happened.
I feel like you're halfway done through Wano.
No, like when
No?
I checked in One Piece, there's like 70 episodes in One Piece, but I'm only at episode 25. So I mean, I doubt it's.
That's almost
nowhere near
halfway.
close. Girl, your math is not mathing, huh?
No, because 75.
75?
No, it's almost halfway.
Ah, okay, almost.
Yeah.
Close. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. So yeah, how about you? Which part of Wano are you in now?
I am at the part where, well, see, even if I say the part I'm in, you won't really know specifically
yeah,
because
okay.
this ranges through a whole lot of episodes. This particular thing is a lot of episodes. So it does. Wait, let me just stop my cat because he's just like trying to come towards me and it's gonna bother me again. Okay, stop, Cheeto. Stop. No jumping. Stop. Because he's gonna jump. He just jumped.
I was
anyway.
I was so cute. I was talking to Norvin last night, and he had the same issue with his dog Paku.
Mhm.
Like the energy of dogs is way different than cats. I swear to God. Like I don't know. Like dogs are just literally like your kids. You know.
Yeah.
But cats, they're like your, I don't know, sibling who's like annoyed at you all the time. Like, who's this human here?
No, my cats are clingy. They,
Oh.
yeah, Cheeto's clingy.
And what else? Oh, I remember we went to the quiz night of Hobby Nation the other day.
Yeah.
Other day? It was last week?
The other day.
Or week before? I don't know. When
It's
was
been
it?
2-3 weeks or something. I feel like a lot has
Seriously?
happened. Yeah.
And it was my first time actually attending a quiz night.
Yeah, you've
And-
never done a quiz night before. How was your first quiz night? And it was a pop culture related one.
Yeah, it was fun. It was actually really fun. I just didn't expect it to be computerized or like automated. I thought it's like, oh, you have to write that.
Other quiz nights are like that.
So yeah, I felt like it was too fast. I would have liked it if the music bingo is like anime related or like pop culture related, because they had the quiz, right? And then in the middle or the intermission number per quiz is like a music bingo, whatever.
Which we got. We got shots 'cause,
And girl, the funny thing is, we actually both won. It's just that
Yeah,
I
at the
didn't
same
know the
time.
title of the song. And you shouted bingo, and I was like, "Which song is it? Which song is it?" And then Nico said, "It's this one." I was like, "Oh, I also won." But Amy already went there, so I was like, "Dang."
I mean, we would still. It's the same. They would.
No,
they
they
still
gave us
the
maybe
shot.
2 shots instead. But yeah, so we won 1 shot each of tequila that night.
Yeah.
And what else? We were actually aiming to be on the 3rd spot because that's the most appealing.
Yeah, like
prize.
it was like the first prize and second prize, like wasn't worth it. But the third prize, everyone was like fighting for. Everyone was like, yeah, we all want that 3rd prize, but how do you stay 3rd place, right?
Imagine, because like, okay, so the quiz night is about pop culture. It's different genres. There's video games, there's anime, there's vampires,
movies, yeah, there's vampires,
films, so like those 5 categories. And then I remember the first place is like a 250 dirham voucher for TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
Second prize, I honestly don't remember. It was a voucher as well, something like that.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd prize is 5 sessions of yoga. Each player in the team will get 5 sessions of yoga. That's why we were like, I mean, everyone just wants to win 3rd place. Because value-wise, like, I mean, 5 yoga sessions is more expensive, and it's like 250
and it's
dirham
per person.
player,
That's the thing. Yeah.
Like, we're not sure if the 250 dirham for TGI Friday voucher is like per person. It's just for the
it was the whole thing.
Yeah, so
that doesn't seem that worth it, no.
Yeah. And it's so funny because, like, since I didn't know how the mechanics work, I honestly thought that if your name gets called as the first one who answered correctly, it's just for bragging rights. I didn't know there was extra points if you got the answer correctly. So I was like, nah, it's okay. Let's just focus on getting the right answer, okay? Let's think hard before pressing anything. And then I later realized, like, oh, there's extra points if you actually got it the fastest. I was like, okay, let's just press whatever. How about you? How was your experience at quiz night? Because for you've attended quite a lot.
Yeah, it was fun. Like I have gone to other quiz nights, but nothing that's like pop culture focused. That's one of the better ones that I have enjoyed. So I really like the music bingo part. Like not because we won shots, but I really did enjoy it. Remember, because like I kept singing and all of that stuff, and Nico's like getting mad at me. He's like, you do realize you have it on your paper, right? Like you have it on your bingo card, right? I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, and both of you were like, can you enjoy the music later? Like mark it out of your bingo card first. Yeah, okay.
It's like Nico and me. We're like, okay, which song is it? Okay, check your card. And Nico's like, it's here. Like, we're INTJs focusing on the game, and you're like, la 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 la. So yeah, that was fun. And I didn't know most of the songs, I guess, because it was like the genres that they chose were like a bit of mix of old songs and new songs. And I was like, if this was anime, I'd be pretty confident I know the titles just like this, So yeah, unfortunately, we didn't win any. We were, I think, at 10th place.
No, we were like consistently at like the 10th place.
Yeah.
And then like the last, like for the final results, we were like 8th place, which was suddenly disappointing because it's like, oh, we didn't stay at 10th. How are we 8th now?
Yeah.
Like who got wrong answers?
To be at 10.
Like who got wrong answers? How did we get faster than you? Like, come on, we were maintaining a streak.
10th streak because like everyone else is like, their rankings keep changing, and for us it was consistently at 10, and there were like, I don't know, 20 groups or 18 groups, so I was like,
Yeah.
so at least we're not the bottom
Yeah.
lowest, we're in the
We're like
middle.
mid.
So yeah, what else? Because it was also hard to play with an app like that, with the,
Mm.
even though we think we are the fastest to click the correct answer, apparently it's still another, bunch of
Yeah,
people.
that's crazy. That's why we were like, what? We literally clicked it
As
immediately,
soon
but
as
yeah.
we heard the question, we clicked the
Mm.
answer. But anyway, moving on. I hope we can attend more of these events. By the way,
Yeah,
like it
it's
was
fun.
really fun. It's nice, and
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe we can do an anime. Because the questions that they had
Mm.
for anime is very, very generic. Very generic. Like, I mean, how many Dragon Balls were there? Like, who wouldn't know? Just
Mm.
kidding. Or like, who was Ash Ketchum's first Pokemon? Like, don't you have a childhood? I mean, if you don't
The
know
thing
the
is, it might
answer,
not be their childhood.
okay, we will go to that in a bit. But one last thing that I wanted to discuss before we go on to our topic is the League of Legends Middle East server is now available, which is, I'm so excited, because like for the past few months I've been playing in Europe server, EU
Mm.
West, so it's really hard and it's a huge achievement. Is it an achievement? Yeah, I think so. It's a huge achievement for the Middle East server to be launched because like at least now people here will have a dedicated server just for Dubai, for
Yeah,
Egypt, and we know how big the player base is here, and even Riot has an office here in
yeah,
Dubai, so yeah, it just makes sense
exactly.
to have this. So yeah, looking forward to what's gonna happen. And the esports world cup is actually happening in Riyadh, which they will also have League of
Oh,
Legends, Dota 2 tournaments, what else? Mobile Legends. So yeah,
mm.
it's Saudi is now becoming the hotspot for
For
anything and
gaming.
everything gaming related, at least here in
Yeah.
the Middle Eastern part. So yeah, that's it. Now going back, since you keep on going back to our age, Amy. So yeah, I just had this sudden realization because next month is my birth month. It's gonna be
Yeah.
July. I'm a July baby. So I was preparing for the Japan trip and I said to myself that it's one thing that I really want to achieve this year because I'm turning
Mm.
a certain age. Because I was like,
Yes.
it's a milestone age. I want to, make it memorable that I did something that I really like at this age, and it's one of my biggest dreams ever to obviously go to Japan, right?
Mm.
So just wanted to talk about that. Like, are we now too old to like anime? Because imagine I'm going to Japan and I'm going to dedicate like maybe half of my trip just to go to anime related places. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Like, I'm going to the One Piece gym. I'm going to see the Gundam there. I'm gonna see everything anime. Akihabara. I'm going to stay there for 2 days. So like,
Wow. Do you have your
although
whole itinerary planned?
yeah, of course, like I mean,
Huh?
you know. But the funny thing is, in my whole itinerary, I dedicated a day just to rest.
Of course. I think that's important.
Yeah, because like I remember when I went to Singapore, like there was no breaks because it was just a very short trip, like 4 days.
Mm.
So it was a very short trip. My plane ride was like 8 hours minimum back and forth. Like I had to squeeze every single place that I can go to, and we were walking and walking. And when I came back to Dubai, I was sick. And then also 2 years back, I went home to the Philippines for 2 weeks. And same thing, I was so tired when I came back here to Dubai. I got COVID because maybe my immune
Mm.
system is really down. So I feel like traveling to Japan, I'm gonna be spending there 10 days. So I dedicated a day just to relax
Rest.
and don't have anything in particular that I wanted to do that day. Just to, like
Yeah.
explore by myself and like chill because I feel like it's hard to enjoy at this age. if,
Yeah.
if you already have a perma buff in your body, like just sleeping with the wrong pillow on your head, you will
Oh,
be
that's true.
having
That's
stiff
true.
neck for the whole day next day. So like I just wanted to ask, are we now too old, Amy, for anime?
I don't think so. Like, especially now that anime is being considered more acceptable to society, right? Because like back in
We
the
used to
day,
be the
it's
weird.
like
Yeah.
yeah, like people look at you like what do you like? That's kind of weird.
Oh,
But
anime.
especially now,
Isn't that for
yeah.
kids?
Yeah.
Me, I'm
So
a kid.
we're we're at this age. We're at a time where because anime is more accepted in society that there isn't an age that's too old for anime, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't
You
think
guess
there's an
so.
age limit. Because see, I was listening to Good Times with Mo. It's a podcast that is
Mm,
hosted by Mo Twister. And
okay.
there was a segment there where he asked, which hobbies do you think you wouldn't be doing when you're at a certain age? So
Right.
some of them said few things. Let's say they cannot do hiking anymore when they're too old, like obviously they won't have the energy for it and stuff. And then someone
Mm.
in the comments mentioned cosplay, and I was like, excuse me. Like, I mean, what are you talking about, sir? Huh? Because
Mm.
even Mo Twister himself, he said that, oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's right. Cosplay. I don't think you will look cool if you are, let's say, 35 and you're still cosplaying Spider Man. And I was like, why?
Is it our region? Because we do know other 30-year-olds that still cosplay at like almost 40, for example,
Yeah,
or
I know
older. Yeah.
a certain cosplayer who's like 40 years old, 42, and
Yeah.
he's cosplaying Zorro,
Yeah.
like, and he's super buff, like
Mm.
buff. So yeah, shout out to James. He's my crush. But anyway, going back, I lost my composure there for a bit. But yeah, I will. Norvin put his picture up so that they will know who he is. So you will know how 40-year-old Filipino looks like.
Yeah.
They don't look
And like
old.
anime characters range through different ages, right? You don't
Yeah,
only
but mostly
have
high school.
But yeah, no, like speaking of that, because like, most characters, like the most popular anime is usually shonen, and in shonen, like it's mostly teenagers, and it's
High
the like the
school.
main character is high school. How do you relate to anime now? That now you are not the audience that is being catered to. What is the difference? Like, how do you feel?
Like you can feel the difference in maturity, I guess. Because like when I was watching, let's say Fushigi Yugi, it was a time where the main character is 16 and I was maybe 8, 9, 10. But for me, I didn't fully understood what they were doing because like okay. But when I watched it at a later age, I was like, Miyaka is such a flirt. Why is she doing this? Like she's so clinging too much to a lot of guys. Is that normal? So I don't know. I just don't understand. How about you though?
Yeah, no, there's a certain detachment to certain characters or to how they react to things or how they move. And maybe that's why I could never get into My Hero Academia because I'm not their target audience. Like I cannot. Like when I look at that, I'm always like, how do people like this show? Like it's so annoying. And like just stay in school. Like stop. Like you know? I think it's that. Like when you're younger, you relate to a lot of these rebellious feelings and you
Yeah.
think like no one else understands. And then you get older and then you watch it and you're like, yeah, you think no one understands, but like we do. And like, you're just being
You're just weird.
stupid. So like
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because like when I was a kid, I used to think that Miyaka is like, oh my god, all of the boys are gushing over her. And now that I'm watching it again, I was like, no, this is not the behavior that you should be acting, young lady. Like this is too much. And they call her young
these are
lady.
called hormones,
The teenage hormones. So yeah, and then I was mentioning earlier about we were talking about, are we too old for this? Are we too old for cosplay? Because like nowadays, like for example, Alodia has been the cosplay image for everyone in the Philippines because she's literally the
Mm,
cosplay queen. But nowadays, she's changing her branding in a sense that it's more mature. She doesn't do much cosplays anymore. Like you can see the switch in her lifestyle. Because before she
mm.
used to do, the cutesy anime characters, and
Yeah.
eventually she turned into mature cosplay characters, and then now she basically stopped. And now that she's pregnant, right? I don't think she will still have the time to cosplay as much. And I don't know, like maybe parenthood will change you in a sense that
Mm.
would you still be watching as much anime if you're a parent? Or what type of anime are you gonna watch? Will it be, the
Yeah.
PG ones, or because we know how jiggle physics works? Yeah, like I
But
mean,
do you think that you would stop cosplaying though at a certain age?
I think at a certain age, yeah.
Like, what does that
Mm,
look like to you? Like, what is the age? Why? Everything.
Honestly, it depends, I guess, on the priority. Because, like, maybe once I reach 35 years old, let's say I have a kid by then, or 36, 37, like, I don't think I will be able to cosplay as much. It's not because I don't want to, it's because probably I will not have as much time. Because, taking care
Mm,
for a newborn is definitely way harder than it looks like, and especially when they're at least a toddler, maybe 2 or 3 years old. So yeah, I don't think I can, especially at how fast the art of cosplaying is growing.
mm,
Because like now you can just buy costumes, like you can see how kids nowadays are editing their pictures. Because like I'm still
yeah,
used to the traditional pictures where, okay, this is my cosplay, that's it. But like now kids have these, special effects, the background, the editing style, the whatnot, and sometimes I feel like it's hard for me to catch up.
yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's one thing. Or who knows, maybe if Ara Ara is big 10 years from now, I will not stop cosplaying. Let's see.
But do you think
So
you would get
yeah.
out of that phase? Like, even if, let's say, you do have a kid and you cannot cosplay due to responsibilities, do
Mhm.
you think you would get out of that phase though? Like, will you be turned off by cosplay and anime events and all of that stuff?
I don't think I will stop attending events. I will still
Okay.
attend events. It's just that even now, it's hard for me to be in costume while in events. You get my
Mm,
point? Like, I just want to relax. I just want to enjoy the convention and go shop, talk to people. And I feel like there will really come a time where our looks will definitely change,
yeah.
right? And it's not gonna look nice in a school uniform. Let's admit that. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
cringe if I'm 50 years old and I'm still wearing a teenage school uniform. So I
Mm,
guess it will be age appropriate by the time that I'm at that age. Maybe I can
mm,
cosplay older characters. I've seen this cosplayer who's doing Master Roshi in events,
mm.
right? So like it's age appropriate. But yeah, it's just sad to think that cosplay is gonna be a time bounded hobby. Because I've seen a lot of peers that already had kids and they're still cosplaying, and I salute them, honestly. I don't want to mention any names because I don't feel like maybe they would want to be mentioned here. But yeah, like it's so amazing just to see how they can balance their family and at the same time cosplaying and their other hobbies. Because I feel like being a parent shouldn't take away your sense of self.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, how about you? I was talking a lot there.
I mean, because I don't cosplay, so all the questions are directed at you, really.
Yeah, because it's a very physically demanding hobby. Because you
Yeah.
have to do the art, you have to do the makeup, even putting on costume itself, the wig and stuff.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a very expensive hobby and time consuming.
But let's go like the opposite way, right? Like, okay, now you're at this age and you're like, oh, I can still kind of do this. Like, I still feel like, I should still be able to do my hobbies. But when you were a teenager and you would go to these events and you would see older people cosplay, how is that? How would you react to
I'm
that?
sorry, I'm judging them. Like, aren't you too old for this? No, 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 I don't think so. I think I judged older people not because they are in cosplay. It's just that why are you still in an event? I'm sorry. Yeah. I was a kid, mind you, please. So don't
Yeah.
judge. Yeah, I was a kid. Cuz like, when you're a kid, like you will be surprised, like you want to hang out with people your age, you're noisy, you're rowdy, like you're having
Yeah.
fun. And now when I look at kids in events, I was like, was I like that when I was younger? I hope
I
not.
remember when we went to the esports festival, you were like we were just trying to eat at the table, and then all these kids came to the table, and they're like, "Oh, are you using this space?" And we're like, "No." And they're like, "No, you can use some of the space." And they took like our table and the second table, and they were so noisy, and you were like, "These kids." Was I really like this, Amy? Was I really like this? I don't know.
And there was a time where Jap English or Japanese English was a thing. Like
Mm.
konnichiwa was up. I was like, what the fuck are you saying? Ariga thanks? What do you mean ariga thanks? Like I can hear kids saying that nowadays, and I'm like, the fuck is that? What is happening? Were we like that when we were kids?
But do you feel judged now? Like when we attend these events, have you ever felt judged by these kids? Like they look at, for me personally, I feel like we don't get judged because they think we're just like in our early 20s.
Exactly. That's the Filipino
So
blood. That's the Filipino genes. Thank you so much for being Filipino.
But have you ever felt judged or like haven't have
Nah,
had an
nah,
experience? No, right? No.
nah. I just don't like it when people call me ate or tita. No, ate is
Yeah.
still okay, but tita, I was like, bitch, can you please not call me tita? Like, I don't know. You're
Yeah.
revealing my age.
No,
Because ate is still okay. Like,
and it's not like the age gap is far. Some of these are like just like two,
26?
three, four. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're just like 3 years younger than me for you to say that, you know? Like,
So, yeah. Like, I feel like I'm not yet judged. I
mm,
guess just because in cosplay, like, even for us, it's really hard to tell our age unless we
mm,
explicitly say it. I think the audience obviously have an idea of how old we both are just because
yeah.
our film festival in uni was like 9 years, 8 years ago. So they can do the math easily, you know, like they can just count. But yeah, I guess like, or maybe because our generation is also filled with people who also like anime. So half of the
Mm,
people who are attending these events are also the same age as us,
that's true. That's true.
right? Because before, when I was attending events, that was new in the Philippines,
Mm,
right? So you will be surrounded by people who are definitely way older than you,
yeah.
especially those who have attended conventions in 2002,
Mm.
2006. I started attending in 2012. So definitely those people who are way older than me will be now significantly older. And I remember, by the way, there was an issue recently in the cosplay community in the Philippines where there is one cosplayer who messaged another who
Mm.
said, "Oh, can I join your cosplay group? But can you tell me if there are people there who's above 25 years old? Because I don't want to be associated with old people." And that person took offense, like, what do you mean? So now, just because of that one single conversation, they created this whole Facebook group called Coscom ng Matatanda, which is in English, Cosplay Community of Old People, you know?
Mm.
And every one of us joined. And then we are sharing old pictures from 2002, 2008, 2006. We are not allowing anyone who's below 25 in that group. And they are trying to organize a cosplay convention only for 25 years old and up, you know, just
Mm.
to have that vibe again. Because like before, honestly, I feel that the cosplay community back then wasn't as I mean, it was still judgmental. It's just that people wouldn't judge you if you have bright wigs, you know, like, or like shiny costumes, because nowadays you can
Right.
just buy it. Before, we had to make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we literally have to look for fabrics and have it made. Now we're using that line that back in my day.
Back in my day,
Back in my
we
day,
made our cosplays.
we made our costumes by hand.
We didn't buy that store bought costume.
What do
We
you mean
didn't.
store bought? Huh? You rookie? Sorry. So yeah, that's the overall experience. And I feel like
Mm.
it's the same for comic book lovers,
Right.
right? It's like it was their generation. Now that they are the paying adults, they have the FU money to spend on their hobbies, which is
Mm.
what we're doing now. I have money to spend on for my hobby. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. Next is
But how do you balance that now? Like, I mean, obviously, because you're not a parent, but you are still an adult. Like, how are you balancing your adult responsibilities along with like your hobby? Like, come on, we're both adults and we reached Wano arc.
yeah. Imagine.
How are you balancing?
Um honestly, even when I'm doing chores, I'm watching anime. Like for
Oh, really? You
example,
don't
I'm doing
focus? You don't sit and
no,
like.
I focus. I focus. Habibti, you have to learn the Sharingan ways of life. And that's why I studied how to learn how to speak Japanese, just so I can watch
Mm.
anime without looking at the screen. Hello. What am I saying? So yeah, but anyway, moving on. Like, I think I managed to watch like at least 1 to 2 of One Piece version of One Piece. Sometimes 5 episodes,
Mm.
you know. And that is when I am eating dinner. Then obviously you have to wash dishes, and then you have to, you know, sweep the floor, do the laundry, fold the laundry. Like these small things I can do while watching.
Yeah.
So yeah, or like changing the bed sheets, like the usual chores.
Yeah. Is it difficult to balance things out?
for me, I have so many hobbies that I cannot balance altogether. I have to pick and choose. Like for example, I
Mm.
cannot do gaming and anime at the same time. Now I do because I play let's say Dota 2. And like for example, when I have 30 minutes free, I can, do one game, short game of one turbo
Yeah.
mode, So that's the
Mm.
only play or that's the only game that I can balance with my current lifestyle. But I cannot do, let's say, a whole Final Fantasy title
Yeah.
sitting down and playing. Because like for me, I feel like the time commitment is the difference. Because for anime, I can tell myself that okay, one episode is going to be 20 minutes long,
Mm.
or okay, I can commit to 20 minutes. But for RPGs, let's say Assassin's Creed, I don't think I will
Right.
just sit down for 30 minutes and play, because that
Yeah.
30 minutes I have to recall the controls. Oh, when was the last time I played this game? Oh yeah, so attack is square. Oh, I have to jump is circle, or cross. So like you have to reorient yourself with the gameplay and stuff, and then start playing. And I don't think 30 minutes will be enough for that. I need a minimum of what, 3 hours just for one
Yeah.
chapter, which most of the time I don't have anymore. But for anime, I do have 30 minutes. I can sneak in one
That's true.
episode. I can go to the gym, do my steps, 2 episodes
Mm.
instantly. You can manage watching anime. It's just that the gaming part I have to let go. I cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to play a lifestyle type of game, not the RPG ones. When I say lifestyle,
Mm.
it's like Valorant, Dota, League of Legends. How about you?
I think it's kind of the same thing in the sense where you would have to adjust your hobbies into your lifestyle. If streaming for you back then, like minimum 3 hours, easy, right? But
Yeah,
now
like
you cannot stream.
easy minimum. That's minimum. It's not even the
Yeah.
max. Now it's the max. I can stream
Now
8 hours
I'm like,
max.
oh, I have life. So it's the same in the sense where, like, for me, because my hobbies lie in film and watching. It's a lot to do with watching things as
Appreciating,
well,
yeah.
appreciating it. So I still do, but maybe not as much. Back then, the way like I would just like sit down and like analyze films and all the time. And now it's just like, wait, like if I have like a film idea now, for example, I have this great idea and I know I was inspired by my film is related to something I watched a long time ago. I need to rewatch just that one because there's like a scene there I was inspired by. I'm not watching anything new to be inspired by. It's okay, this is this knowledge that I have as of the moment and I can go back to it as
Yeah.
like right now. That's how it is.
And also for me, I'm not sure if you're the same, but sometimes it's hard for me to pick up new titles, new anime titles. Like before, I feel like I was more adventurous in watching anime, because like I will just watch whatever is available, because like back then I have a very limited library, right? Like if you go
Yeah.
to, let's say, a CD store and they will have these offerings, you will judge them based on the cover and like, yeah, okay, I will watch this. But
Mm.
now the time has come where there's so much more content to be consumed.
Yes, because there's so much more content now and you just kind of want to narrow it as well.
Yeah. And it's hard to pick up new titles nowadays, because like the title will be I Love My Younger Sister. Like I mean, bro. Or like my sister was reincarnated as a cat. I don't know. I mean, because I was watching that TikTok and it was so funny. And he was saying that, bro, you do know you're weird, right? Like conversation between two guys. Like, oh, these are the titles that I watch. How about you? Oh yeah, I watched Jujutsu Kaisen. How about you? Oh yeah, I watched this. And like, the were a bit sus. So he was on the wrong side of
It was
anime.
the wrong thing. Yeah. When you and that other person says like, oh, like I like anime, and then like, oh, what kind of anime?
It starts with Boku.
Yeah. Boku, what? Boku, like, continue that sentence.
Boku
Finish
no
that sentence.
Hero Academia.
Ah.
It's our generation that was traumatized by the word Boku.
Boku, what? What?
Just to be sure, which
finish
Boku
that
is it?
sentence.
Yeah, the new generation don't know that for sure. Like they have Boku.
I actually don't really know what you're talking about. I'm just laughing to appear cool, but like that's your generation. I only know Boku no Hero
Hero
Academia.
Academia.
Yeah.
You haven't even watched it. What do you mean? You just said so earlier.
No, I watched like 3 or 4, but I couldn't like Kalas. Like I was like,
These
and my
kids.
brain erased whatever memory of whatever I've watched. So like, if someone came up to me, it's as good as me not watching it because I'm like, yeah,
No.
what's his face, and yeah. I just remember not liking it at all, reaching so far, and like, I really don't like this. I cannot keep forcing myself. Done. Like,
There was a time that I was actually into it. Like I was actually into Boku no Hero Academia. But yeah, nowadays like I just stopped. I didn't want to watch. But like even let's say Jujutsu Kaisen, they're high schoolers,
yeah.
right? So
No, but I think it's also having a range of characters that you can relate to, right? Like, for
like we
example,
relate more to Nanami now.
yeah, yeah, or like Goju is our age. Like you can, it's
Hi,
fine. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just ranging around, like, it's not revolving around just these
kids.
kids and
Yeah,
their
but
lives.
even in My Hero Academia, they have teachers that we can relate to.
Yeah.
I
But
guess
it's
so.
not really focused on them. Like, they're not really like the main people. Like, it's still centered around these rebellious kids who never want to go to school.
I remember our vlog for DEF, the first ever vlog, and then there was a kid where we asked which of these two would you pick, and the choice was Kuroko and Kakashi,
And Kakashi,
and
right?
they chose Kuroko, and I was like, why? And now I realized, yeah, Kakashi is my age,
Yes.
Kuroko is their age, so it's like,
So yeah, it would be different. Yeah, that's how it works, right? Like, but do you watch anime like that now? Like, suddenly you notice, like, oh, I don't relate to the main character. I relate to the mom of the main character, for example.
good question. Which anime have I watched recently? Anyway, I've watched Solo Leveling, Kaiju number 8. I'm trying to think of titles. Because in Free
Mm.
Ren, I was bored to death. I'm sorry, I didn't finish Free Ren. I was only until episode 4. I really cannot get
Oh, I
myself
watched
to
it a little
continue.
bit, but I also stopped at episode 4. But I wasn't bored. It's just that I didn't really have time anymore.
So, did you like
But
it though?
yeah, I like it.
Like storytelling wise, yes.
Yeah, like, I feel like it's slow paced for a reason. It
Because
it
it was
it
meant
gives
to be
me,
nostalgic,
yeah.
to
It gives
be
me a little bit of Violet Evergarden feels, but Violet Evergarden is more emotional. Like, it cuts deep in every episode. Like, Frieren, it's a slow. I feel like it's really
slow
slow
burn.
until I feel like it will be sad, but like, because you saw all the episodes and then now it's sad. But Violet Evergarden is like, they
Sad
make it
from the
sad every
beginning.
episode. Yeah, yeah,
Maybe my headspace is not for Free Ren at the moment.
yeah.
Because imagine, I was watching One Piece for the past few months, and then I will watch Frieren. It's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
from here to here, like the excitement of every episode in One Piece, like need to watch the next one, next, and then Frieren is like, Frieren, let's go on an adventure. Like,
Yeah, no, I get you. But no, for example, like, for me though, like, just to go back to what I was talking about, like, for example, when I rewatched Neon, right? Like, I think back then, not
I
that
cannot
I
relate to
related
Shinji
to.
anymore.
No, yeah, I never related to Shinji, but like, I could sympathize with him, right? Or I could sympathize with these, like, the younger characters. But like, rewatching it, like Misanto as a person, right? Yeah, like, how she's just like, she goes home, she like just like wants to crack open a beer, and she's just like, I'm trying to live my life, and
She was
like, a lot of.
She's like, I'm tired, but it's only Tuesday. How come? Like, yeah, I can relate to that, girl.
Right? Like, she's
Here.
28. She's like living with a bunch of kids. She's just doing her job, and like, she doesn't know what she wants out of a relationship and all of that stuff. Like, that's all relatable, which I don't think, if you were watching it as an 11-year-old kid, you don't look at it and go, Misato, that's my character. Like, I don't think so.
Yeah. You will just think that she's the annoying adult at home,
Mm.
And I remember there was a time when I was a kid. I think I was maybe 12 this time. And my grandma has this apartment where she subleases it, like
Mm.
it's a whole, let's say, 3-bedroom apartment, and then she subleases it, like one person here, and then one here. And then I used to have a friend there. She's obviously significantly older than me, and she's 22. And I used to
Okay.
think that she's an adult. I was like, oh, Yeah, she's
She has her life
22.
together.
She has like, her life together. She must be getting married anytime soon, or like 25 is the settling age. I was like, yeah, that's too old. Like, yeah, but it makes sense, because like she was old. Like for me, she was old. That was my definition of her. Like I literally called her ate, and then I look up to her and I was like, yeah, like she has an actual job. And then when I reached 22, I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ate, for calling you old at that time. And then there was also a time for me that I was thinking that 30s is like, what? You're 30? Like, now we are reaching that age. So
Yeah.
how about you? Was there an age, or do you have that kind of memory where you're thinking like, yeah, 30s are a bit too much or a bit too old for me now?
I think every kid has thought even 20s was old, right? Like I thought, oh, back then, like when I was a kid, like I thought, oh, by the age of like 24, that's
I
when
should
I'm
have my
gonna get
house.
married, and that's when. Like max 25, but like I really want to get married by the time I'm 24 because because I want like a year where I'm going to have like a chance to get pregnant and have a kid, and like I won't have that far of an age gap with my kid, and like we can hang out all the time. Now I'm like, bro, like who is ready? Like I look at all these younger people, like people who are younger than me with kids,
How are
and
you
I'm
having
like,
kids?
no, like how are you doing this? Because I'm trying to survive. Like, are we? Like, I understand not everyone has the same lives, but like a kid, like this is too much.
Yeah, exactly.
I am
And
the
then
kid. The kid would need to take care of me. Like,
like sometimes I'm trying to imagine, like for example, I'm playing video games and I've never really thought that having a kid will make this more fun. Like I've never thought of that. Like, I'm sorry. For people who say that, oh yeah, you should have a kid now. It's like, yeah, right. It's Saturday. I still haven't eaten my breakfast and lunch, but I'm still okay. I don't have to think of anyone else, just myself. So yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. Like, I
no.
don't know, Amy. So for us, I guess.
But has your appreciation of like anime changed as you got older? Like your taste in anime, has it changed
I
over
feel I
time?
feel like, yeah. And as you said, we can relate to an older demographic of anime. Like for example, imagine the resurgence of the anime Nana. Have you watched Nana?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't, but I've seen it
Yeah.
like around.
So it was released during a time that we were too young. We were like, what time? Wait, let me check when was Nana. It was serialized from May 2000 to May 2009. And then the anime was from 2006 to 2007. Because see, I really didn't watch Nana when it was showing at that time. And what I've watched was Paradise Kiss, which is from the same
Okay.
author. So Nana is about two women who has the same name. They're both called Nana, and they're both from the countryside moving to Tokyo. And I think their age is like coming out of teens. It's a coming of age kind of anime. And then they were experiencing how life is after you graduate high school, going to uni, like that
Mm,
kind of life. And at the time that it was released, 2006, I was still in elementary. Really cannot relate at that time. And it didn't really enter my range of animes. But when I was in high school, what fascinated me was Paradise Kiss. And it was about a student. I forgot if she's high school or what. And then she became a model. And she fell in love
mm,
with this guy. Like that age, because it suits my age. And then
right.
when I was already working, it was around 23, 24, maybe like around that age, 22 to 24. There was
Mm,
a coworker of mine who told me, oh, go ahead and watch Nana. It's really cool. It's a
mm,
team leader from my company that time. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I watched the live adaptation first. And then I watched the anime. And then when I watched it, like if you were at that age, when you're watching it, you will feel like it's so relatable because whatever is
mm,
happening to them is like the switching of careers. Like you just got out of college, you don't know what to do, what work are you gonna have, how are you gonna survive in the big city. Like you
right.
are juggling your career, your relationships, your family, everything, friendships. So it's so relatable, and I feel like if I watched it when I was, let's
When you
say,
were
in,
young, yeah.
in grade school, I feel like I wouldn't appreciate it as much. Or
Right.
maybe because it's
Yeah.
just the show itself is geared towards young adults,
Mm.
right? Yeah, it makes sense. But again, why am I still watching One Piece? Hello, it's a shonen kind of anime. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
but
but
it's
I
just
feel
that.
like One Piece has very mature themes as well. They are young young-ish. I mean, they're not really young, like Robin's like 30, for example, but they tackle a lot of mature themes. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
like war, racism,
Yeah.
oppression, like these kinds of things.
Mm.
So even in Naruto, they're
Yeah.
tackling these big kinds of politics, which
Right.
Attack on Titan did as well, right? Like,
Mm.
the Marley oppression of LDNs and stuff. How about you?
It's like a yes and no thing, right? So like I remember I saw this meme recently, and it was kind of like, oh, when a boy becomes a man when they start to like these things, and it was like A24 films, and like one of them was like Studio Ghibli, right? And like for me, like I feel like I always say this, like Studio Ghibli is like my childhood. That's what I used to watch as a kid. Like I feel like I used to watch a lot of things back then that were too mature for me, but I really liked it and I really appreciated it. That in terms of taste, I still feel like that hasn't changed, but I think now it's more so the characters I would relate to rather than the kind of anime itself or the kind of films or
Yeah,
whatever.
makes sense. Just like Misato. I mean, we
Yeah.
can both relate to Misato more than Shinji and like Asuka. And they're like, these annoying kids are so noisy. Like, I mean, can you please make them shut up? Like,
Like you're so
Shinji's just
emo, like
crying.
stop. Like you'll get over it.
No, but really, I'm trying to remember my teenage days, and we really did have that kind of, Mom, this is not just a face. It's really me.
And you put like your headphones on, right? And then it's like Avril, it's a damn cool night.
Mine is My Chemical Romance.
to, to join
like
the
a
Black
match.
Parade. It was so funny because like one of the memories that I like to share. So my brother is 4 years younger than me, right? And like the Black Parade came at a time when I was like in my early teens. More so,
That's a
more or less, it
revolutionary
was like
song
yeah, that's the
that can
millennial song,
awaken a
right?
whole generation by just one note.
And like my brother, so like if I'm in my early teens, my brother is like still in his, like he's still a child basically. And so the thing is, it's like so funny because like he'll really feel the song when like back in the day. Like so imagine like this, I don't know, like 8-year-old kid. I don't remember the exact age, but like imagine this 8-year-old kid like with these big headphones, and he's like, when I was a young boy, and it's
boy.
like, bro, you are the young boy. Like what are you saying?
Like imagine the heartbreak songs, at that age, and like you're talking about a song that is about a guy who's two timing his wife and his, like I mean, and you can relate so much. Secret Love, that song. When I know what was that song, like if you hold me in the street, na, 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 na,
Oh yeah, yeah,
na.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You guys are singing it way too emotionally for a 17-year-old. Like you shouldn't be, right? Oh my god, it's so funny. And I remember, I think this is why Taylor Swift is very relatable to us because we
Yeah.
literally grew up with her. Like her high school
Yeah.
teenage crush. You have You Belong With Me song, or like
Mm.
Romeo and Juliet was this?
Love story.
Love Story, right? We can relate to it because we are at her age.
Exactly. I've read this somewhere where it's like there's not a Taylor Swift song that, like, let's say there's a Taylor Swift song you don't like, but it's only because you don't relate to it right now.
Yeah.
And I found that true. I found that true as well. When I re-listen to something that like, oh, because obviously like as much as you were a fan, there are songs that you skip. But like sometimes I go back and like listen to those songs that I skip, and I'm like, why would I skip this song? Like it's me,
And then I don't know, it's just like we are almost the same age as her, so that's why it's more relatable to us, I guess, more than other age. So yeah, and I also saw this TikTok video where he said in that video that the peak of nostalgia that we feel as an adult is during our high school to uni time. Like that
Right.
age, whatever you liked at that age, that's the peak, and then it will decline slowly. Like you will stop trying new things by the time you reach 25. It will just decline, like let's say new shows, new whatever, and it will not have that hold onto you compared to the things that you've liked when you were a teenager. Those events, music, films that you've watched at that age will be the most things that you will always go back to. Obviously, you will have younger, like the ones that you were in way younger, let's say for me, PlayStation and stuff. But most of the time, those memories will be a bit more muddy compared to the memories that you have when you're 15, when you feel like it was your choice to listen to Paramore, to Panic at the Disco, to My Chemical Romance, to Taylor Swift, even though it was just the popular music at the time. But yeah, anyway. What about you? What memories from your childhood do you feel like when you listen, you hear this, or you see this, like you were like, just a burst of nostalgia comes rushing in?
Well, there's a lot, but there's just like one. Like when you asked me, like one of the first few memories that came to mind was you know that song, "This Ends Tonight." This ends tonight, just a little. Yeah, because like when you grow up in Dubai, you sort of get used to your friends. Like since you're elementary, like they always leave, right? But then there was this particular close friend, like best friend at that time, where it was funny because if I recall correctly, she was new to the school. Like she didn't grow up with us. She didn't start from the first grade with us. She started, let's say, around the sixth grade. And then I don't know, because she was like such a friendly person. Like she became like really close friends with everyone. And then on her last day here in Dubai, a bunch of us went to this park. We just celebrated like her last night there. And it was more of so the moment of like us spending that last night there. And then like that was the last song that we played
That you guys played
that night.
Aw.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It was fun. It was fun memories.
What about you?
For me, I remembered the time when I was so addicted to K-pop that I used to sneak out and go to airports just to meet the K-pop group that I'm following at that moment.
Did you get to see them?
Of course, like I mean, girl. It was so funny because I was with my classmate at that time and we were caught on camera because like I didn't tell my parents that I was going to the airport. And hello, at that age, like, because like for us in the Philippines, right, like I'm not sure how old are you in Dubai when you're allowed to just go commute by yourself. Like for me, when you're in high school, it's like you have a limited map, like in a video games you have a small map. And then when you go to uni, it's like open world where you can explore, you can go to these places. But that time I was in high school, so like for me going from Quezon City to the airport is a huge feat because I don't even
You're
know.
from Quezon City? Really? I didn't know.
Yeah, I'm from Quezon City. So yeah, like it's a huge feat just from going to Quezon City to the airport because like it's the other side of the city.
Yeah, no,
right?
it's pretty far. It's pretty far.
Yeah, pretty far. And like if you're, let's say, 15, 16 years old, you
Yeah.
probably wouldn't know which bus to ride, where to go, and stuff. So yeah, like that was the most vivid memory because we had to run to Naiya and then we were caught on camera. We were seen by my parents, I think, from that interview, whatever. Because like they showed that the K-pop artists were going inside the van and we were all like, banging the car. And I was trying to imagine we must have looked crazy if we were inside the van and people were like, like doing this. And then we were running towards the van and then my friend's slipper came off while we were running, so she had to go back, take her slipper. Like it's not a slipper, it's like more of a sandal, like you can easily run. So yeah, that's one of the funny moments that I can remember. But in terms of song, obviously I have a whole bunch of playlists for it. Like you will just listen to them randomly. And I really like Spotify's feature of the Smart Shuffle, where if you put your playlist on shuffle and you put it on Smart Shuffle, it will automatically recommend songs with the similar genre and whatever to that song. So yeah, that's it. Anything else that you want to reminisce about, Amy?
No.
Yeah, that was fun.
Our viewers can find out more about my life some other time. Too much. I revealed too much today.
Yeah, we revealed a lot today, and like it was fun episode. Just talking about how things goes. And now it's my birthday month next month, so let's see.
Yeah. New memories.
Okay, anything to promote, Amy?
No, wait. But first, like, what advice would you give to adults who want to give anime a shot, or like adults who are like, "Oh, no, I'm too old for anime,"
Nah, you're not too old for anime. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's just like watching movies. It's just anime is the medium, but there's a whole bunch of genres where you can get into. It's not restricted to just, oh, anime is for kids. Oh, is that Pokemon? No, nope, nope. So yeah, at any age you can definitely get into it. How about you?
Yeah, ditto. That's the same advice.
Exactly the same. So yeah, anything to promote, Amy?
You guys can follow me at just Amy Thing. Across all socials, I think I use the same name. And yeah, that's all. Guys, please, our Discord, like, it exists. So
Yeah. We are trying to play video games occasionally and like just jump through Discord if you want to join us. Like, because I was playing League of Legends last night with my friends and we were like looking for more players, but I don't think a lot of people in that group are playing. So like, guys, you can join us. Maybe we can do watch parties as well, just watch anime and have fun. So yeah, and for me, just follow me at Vivz Black Mage. I'm not gonna promise any streaming schedule, but like just follow me on Twitch. You will see there the notification when it comes up. I'm live. That's it, And yeah, subscribe to the Ara Ara channel. Do listen to our podcast in Spotify, Apple Podcast, and yeah, see you guys on the next season of the Ara Ara channel.
Thanks for listening this season. Bye.
And do tell us, by the way, which ones. No, just bye. Okay, bye. Sorry, Norvin.